Hi, my name's Emma and I'm a nutritional advisor for Burns Pet Nutrition, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 tips for rescuing and rehoming. I have been working with rescue and rescuing dogs now for about 10 years. This is Ivor. I currently have 4 rescue dogs at the moment and 1 on foster. Ivor's about 6 years old now and he was actually found just walking around on the beach when he was about 6 months of age. I found him, reported him to the dog warden and after he did his 30 days he then came to live with me and I adopted him, and he's been there ever since. I've been working as a dog trainer for about 10 years now as well, and that comes in really useful when fostering and taking on rescue dogs and settling them into the home. Tip number 1, be realistic about your lifestyle. Are you an active household? Are you more of a sort of a chilled out household? What kind of a breed is going to fit into your lifestyle best? Do you have children? Do you have other pets? Do you like to go on holiday? If you do, what will happen to your new family member when you go away? These are all things that you need to consider when you're thinking about taking on a rescue dog. Tip 2, be prepared to work with the rescue. They will ask you lots and lots of questions, don't be offended. It's very important that they know as much about you as possible so that they can match you with the right dog. A home check will be needed, so you'll be asked to evidence any areas of the house where you're going to keep the dog, that you've got a secure garden, surrounding areas, is it a busy or quiet area? Some dogs will need a quieter home than others. Tip 3, allow your new family member time to settle. A lot of the time in rescue we see people that are very excited about bringing their dogs home and immediately they take their dogs to see their family, their friends, taking them out on lots of walks. And whereas this is lovely, it can be overwhelming for a dog that's probably spent a bit of time in kennels and been a little bit unsettled in its life. So just bear that in mind and allow your new family member time to settle in. Tip 4, create a safe space. This might be a room that you set up that's in a quiet part of the house, or it might be that you train your new dog to give it that safe space and allow it somewhere to go away from the hustle and bustle of your family home. Tip 5, introduce your new dog to existing dogs gradually and on neutral ground. Arrange to meet up with somebody who has your current dog out for a walk somewhere away from the home, and then when you get back home, maybe do the first initial interactions in the garden and then gradually move that into the house. You can also set up either a crate or, with using baby gates, barriers so that your new dog can get used to your existing dog and the routine gradually. Tip 6, continue with the food that the rescue were feeding for the first week or so. Your new dog is going to have lots of changes to get useful and these can be very stressful. Don't try and change too many things at once. When you do introduce your dog to a new food, make sure you do this gradually. Look out for tummy upsets. It may be that your new dog needs to gain weight or lose weight depending on the situation it has come from, so you always need to feed accordingly. Tip 7, make sure that you insure your dog. Vet bills can be very expensive and insurance just means that if something does happen and you're hit with a large vet bill, that you're covered for that. Tip 8, register with a vet and get your dog health checked. This will mean that you will know exactly what you need to do going forward with worming and flea schedules, etc. And also it will allow your dog to get used to the vet, meet the vet, become acclimatized to the veterinary practice, just in case he needs treatments in the future. Tip 9, set the rules of the house with the whole family. Make sure everyone is reading off of the same page. Make sure that any feeding schedules, where the dog is allowed, what furniture the dog is allowed on or isn't allowed on, is being upheld by all family members. It can be a very overwhelming and confusing time for a new dog, so make sure that everybody is being consistent with them. And tip 10, expect teething problems. It very rarely goes smoothly. You will have bumps in the road. It's going to take a while for your new dog to settle into the home. On average, it takes about 3 to 4 months for a rescue dog to decompress and feel comfortable and confident enough that it can show its true personality. There are ways you can get help for this. You can get back in touch with the rescue centre if there are any behaviour problems that are concerning you. They will often have a behaviourist or a trainer that they use for their sort of backup when they rehome their dogs, or you can ask your vet for a list of sort of respected behaviourists or dog trainers. So those are my top 10 tips. Rehoming and rescuing a dog can be a very rewarding experience, but it can also be hard work. It will be worth it in the long run, and you should have a wonderful new addition to your family for many years to come.